Sarah brought a witch to her house as nanny to her baby. Long ago, in a busy town near the river, there lived a young woman named Sarah. She was smart, beautiful, and hardworking. Sarah worked as a banker, and people admired how she always wore a warm smile. Sarah was married to Sammy, a gentle and wise businessman. Their love was strong, and together they were blessed with a baby girl named Angel. Angel was the joy of their lives. Her laughter was like music, and her tiny hands brought peace to everyone who held her. But soon, Sarah faced a problem. Her work at the bank took much of her time, and nursing a little baby at the same time became very hard. She tried to manage, but the nights grew sleepless and her body became weak. One evening she told her husband, "Sammy, I need help. I cannot work all day and care for Angel alone." Sammy nodded. "You are right. Let us find someone who will care for Angel like her own mother." The very next week, Sarah brought home a young woman who offered to be a nanny. The nanny's name was Ngozi. She spoke softly, smiled politely, and pretended to love little Angel. At first, Sarah was relieved. She thought her problem was solved. But what Sarah and Sammy did not know was that Ngozi carried a dark secret. She was no ordinary woman. By day she looked normal, but by night and when no one was watching, her true nature was revealed. Ngozi was touched by strange magic. She could turn into a cat. The strange happenings. At first, Sarah noticed little things. Angel began to cry more whenever Sarah left for work. The baby's cheeks grew pale, and her once bright eyes looked weak. "She doesn't eat well," Ngozi always said. "But don't worry, she is fine." Still, Sarah's heart was not at peace. At night, Angel often woke up screaming, as if she had seen something strange. Sarah would carry her and whisper, "Shoo, Mama is here." But Angel could not speak yet, so she could not explain. One day, as Sarah walked past the window of the nursery, she heard laughter. It was not Angel's laughter but a strange sound, like the purring of a cat mixed with a human voice. She opened the door quickly, but inside she saw only Angel and Ngozi, who smiled as if nothing had happened. Sarah told Sammy, "Something is wrong. I feel it in my bones. Angel is not safe." Sammy, being a wise man, replied, "Then we must open our eyes wider. Evil hides only until light shines on it." The truth was this: whenever Sarah and Sammy left the house, Ngozi would lock the doors and whisper strange words. Her body would shrink, her fingers would curl, and her eyes would glow like fire. In moments, she would become a black cat with sharp whiskers. In that form, she would jump and dance around Angel, chasing her own tail, making the baby laugh. But while the baby laughed, she was never fed real food. The cat shadow of Ngozi only played, wasting the baby's strength. Sometimes, Angel would point at the cat and clap her little hands, but when Sarah returned, all she ever saw was the nanny holding the child. The village elders used to say, "Where there is smoke, there must be fire." Sarah's spirit felt the smoke, but she could not yet find the fire. One evening, Sammy brought home a small camera, something not common in their town. He placed it high in the corner of Angel's room. "Let us watch with eyes that never close," he said. Sarah agreed, though her heart trembled. The next day, they left as usual. Ngozi stayed behind with Angel. When they returned, Sammy locked the door and opened the small camera's recording. At first, everything looked normal. Ngozi sang softly to Angel. But then, Sarah gasped. Before their eyes, the nanny's shadow stretched and twisted. Her body bent and shrank until a cat stood in the room. The cat leapt onto Angel's bed, circling her again and again. Angel giggled, clapping her hands, while the cat danced like a strange spirit. Sarah's tears fell. "So this is why our daughter has been weak," she cried. Sammy held her hand. "Now we know the truth." The next morning, Sarah and Sammy invited the village elders to their home. They showed them the recording. The elders shook their heads. This is no ordinary woman. She carries a shadow of darkness. But light always defeats darkness. When Ngozi returned that evening, she found the elders waiting. She tried to smile, but her shadow betrayed her. The elders prayed and clapped their hands loudly, chanting words of protection. Ngozi's shadow trembled like smoke in the wind. At last, she dropped her head. The strange power in her was broken, and she ran away from the village, never to return. From that day, Angel grew strong again. Sarah and Sammy learned to be careful with whom they trusted. Sarah also balanced her work with the love and care of her child, knowing that no job was greater than the gift of motherhood. The villagers spoke for many years about the banker's wife, the strange nanny, and the cat's shadow. The story spread as a warning: do not judge by smiles alone. Watch carefully, for even shadows can tell the truth. Angel grew up to be wise and kind, and whenever she saw a cat, she would laugh and say, "Mama, not every cat is a friend." The lesson this story teaches us: parents must protect their children with wisdom. Not everyone who offers help has a pure heart. Darkness may hide, but it cannot hide forever. Above all, kindness, prayer, and watchfulness always keep a family safe.